Next, we've got a state-owned company, an SOC or an SOE, a state-owned enterprise. But please remember SOC, that's the way it is in your textbook. Think of Eskom. Now, profits are distributed to all sectors, and we offer essential services which may not be offered by the private sector necessarily. I mean, with all of Eskom's failings, the private sector has absolutely boomed in terms of solar energy. I mean, we couldn't provide electricity to our own South Africans, but we were selling it in mass to Namibia. Yeah, it was quite a ridiculous situation way back when. Maybe you're watching this video in like 2028 and we're all at like level 5 load shedding. Who knows? Really, it's a very unpredictable environment. But in 2025, the GNU seems to be doing a little bit better. Okay, next, it requires 3 or more directors or 1 or more shareholders, quite similar to the characteristics of that of a public company, which would end in LTD. That's a public company that ends in LTD. A state-owned company ends in SOC. Advantages. The profits are distributed to all sectors, like we just discussed in the characteristics, and profits may be used to finance other state departments or even reduce taxes. So the profits, let's say, from Eskom could help another state-owned enterprise or another department of the government, offer essential services which may not be offered by the private sector necessarily. We've already discussed that. Disadvantages, it may result in poor management as the government is not always as efficient as the private sector. Remember, with the government service, it's not about profits. Any, well, quote-unquote profit that they make, it is deemed a surplus. So they are not in it to make money. Yeah, I know in South Africa, our presidents, our ministers, they're all businessmen in their own right, and they make a lot of decisions to protect their own commercial interests. That's different. It's not supposed to be like that. The private sector is meant to be making money. The government is meant to be, well, just producing good quality services and, creating employment opportunity within the country. The private sector is there to make money, and that is why the private sector is typically more efficient. Like, you would rather rely on like your neighborhood watch or private security company to come to your aid in the event of like a home invasion or burglary as opposed to SAPS. Just saying. But then again, that's a money thing. The more money you have, the more bargaining power, the more you don't have to rely on the government and you can just rely on the private sector. It's brutal. A lack of incentive for employees to perform if there is no share in profit. Well, look, if you're not going to pay me, I'm not going to perform. I'm not getting more money. And that's why, if you have a government job, it's very cushy because, the more you work, the less you work, you still get paid the same amount. And there's an often reliance here on government subsidies, just government reducing total costs. Okay, a subsidy is like when someone helps you. Like, for example, big corporations, they subsidize their canteens, like their cafeteria, so that their employees can just afford food or pay a cheaper or lesser price for food. So yeah, that's an SOC. A state-owned company.